In this video, we're going to take a look at order of operations, but also include the absolute value symbol. For all intents and purposes, you can think of the absolute value as simply yet another grouping. So it can work like parentheses or brackets or braces. I'm not real fond of braces, but some books love to use them. All right, that being said, even though they occur at that level, you still have to perform the absolute value function. So I typically go through and I label all of my different levels. So if one level opens, I put a 1. If there's a level inside of it, I'll put a 2. That way I know that I have to start at my highest level and work my way back. What that does is allows me to concentrate on what needs to happen first rather than trying to consume the whole thing at once. So this is my level 1. It closed off, so my next thing is also going to be level 1. Pardon my dog. She seems to want to constantly play with her toy as I'm doing anything. So I have a level 1 here. I have a level 2 here, but it opens and closes and then back to my level 1. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start in my level 2. And as you progress or mature through this, what you'll be able to find out is you can separate these, and like I could do this first at the same time I'm doing this one, even though they're not the same level, because they're not intimately related, one's not inside the other, then I can go ahead and do them at the same time. However, I'm going to just go through all my different levels. So we're going to start with this. Everything else just stays put, so it just comes down. Never bite off more than you can chew. So if you can't do 4 or 5 things at once, then don't. Just go ahead and do one thing at a time. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and we're going to calculate this. 3 minus 5 is -2, but the absolute value of -2 is just +2. Everything else comes down. Yes, sweetheart. Thank you. All right. So now I'm going to remark these. This is 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay, so now I can do all of the things inside. Hey, excuse me. Thank you. So this is going to be absolute value of -4. And then I'm going to have all of this stuff. Be very cautious here. Remember that the exponents come first. So I'm going to go ahead and bring down the 32 divided by 2. The minus also comes down, but it's the 5 squared that gets done. So this is -25. I can then move through the rest of that, and I can kind of do all that at once. I do the division first and then the subtraction. So I've got this absolute value of -4. If you wish to call that 4 now, you can go ahead and do so. This comes down. All of that stuff gets done. 32 divided by 2 is 16. -25 is a -9. Dutchie, for the love of Pete, son. Hey. Give it a rest just for a second, hon. Alright, let me just get this color down here. The absolute value of -4 is 4. So I really have 4 and then this -9 in brackets. If you're unfamiliar with this, whenever you see a number or a letter for that matter right up against a set of brackets or parentheses, the implication is multiplication unless you're otherwise told. So because there's nothing in between these two grouping symbols, I'm just going to go ahead and multiply them. This is going to give me a -36. The important thing is slow and steady. Take as many steps as you need. Don't try to rush it. Signs are going to be a nightmare in these things. So keep track of your negatives, keep track of your positives, make sure you're following all of the rules. Other than that, it's quite literally just walking down the order of operations. I hope this helped. Take care.